I'm the sports professor, Rick Horrow. Welcome to Beyond the Scoreboard, Inside the Mega Events. It's a trillion-dollar sports business, to be sure, and about 50 to 60% of those dollars are wrapped up in the mega events, the championships, Super Bowls, All-Star Games, World Series, Wimbledon, tennis majors, golf majors, NASCAR championships, IndyCar championships, Ryder Cup. All of those too numerous to mention. I'm in my office to kick off the show, but I'm not here a lot. I'll be on the road on a weekly basis to bring you the inside tips from those major events. The balance sheets, who wins, who loses, the interviews, how you put on the events, and how you sustain them. This is all brought to you by Edelman Financial.
Money doesn't come with instructions. That's why we created Edelman Financial Services to help you with everything from college and retirement planning to managing your investments, helping you achieve retirement security. We're among the nation's top financial advisors. Come see how we can help you.
Sports Professor Rick Horrow. Facebook Live mega events are weekly insight into the business of sports at mega events across North America and across the world. This is the intersection of economics and economics, to be sure. It is the one spot in the world where golf is inside of a facility that's 225,000 spectator seats, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're going to talk in a minute to the guy who has helped with that intersection and also provide substantial impact for charitable branding as well as women empowerment, technology. We'll talk to Dan Towers, the CEO of Group 1001, in a minute. But let's take stock of what we have right here. Come with me for a second, and if you take a look at the rain-drenched Indianapolis, by the way, it'll be perfectly dry, we've been told, by the end of the week. But over there is Brickyard Crossing. 14 of the 18 holes are a separate course owned by the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but 4 of the holes are actually inside the course. It's the site of the LPGA event, the Women in Tech Championship presented by Group 1001, and the bottom line of it is it's an economic impact bonanza for the city of Indianapolis, the second year of a commitment to make sure this is yet another sport for the city of Indianapolis. Pan over here, because what's interesting is this is Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It becomes the second largest city in Indiana Memorial Day weekend, and they have a race coming up pretty soon, the Brickyard race. NASCAR, folks, 225,000 people, and even more in the infield. We don't even know how to count it, but the economic impact of that is nearly 500 million people on an annual basis. So we all understand sports is economics, sports is tourism, but it's also very philanthropic. You know, the golf industry generates about $4 billion on a regular basis for charitable philanthropic giving. And one of the reasons why it's able to do that is because of the awareness that is created by worldwide events, and the LPGA, a major stakeholder in all of this. LPGA, by the way, as you may know, 34 events, $70 million in prize money, expansion in LA, San Francisco, Shanghai, 400 hours domestically, 450 hours television internationally. So there is a platform and a forum for philanthropic events. When you take a look at this facility, you see not only a pretty quiet facility, but clearly at least 2 or 3 weeks a year. It is jam-packed. IWIT Championship, you notice the merger between sports, entertainment, golf, as well as racing, and the economics of it as well. And the person basically who is a pioneer of this, the CEO and founder of Group 1001, Dan Towers. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Hi.
Yeah, thank you. Good description of your philanthropy, but this event is so much more than that. Give us a snapshot of how this event came to be.
Yeah, this event came to be through the Women in Tech Foundation that we formed, which was really designed to expand roles for women in tech. We wanted to attract more females to the tech industry, so even going down into the elementary school ages, we're providing opportunities through robotics and other STEM-related programs to try to attract more females to the tech industry. And so as that organization continued to develop, we saw the LPGA as a terrific partner to work with us to shine a spotlight on this particular initiative.
And again, the LPGA, obvious demographic target, the women, the young kids brought into their world, and the target of aligning forces with a high-tech company itself, really Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the Holman family.
Yeah, so the racing element as well. I mean, this is a terrific venue. We've got a golf tournament in an urban setting. We have a footprint. This facility at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway gives us a lot of space to do programming, to bring in 1,000 inner city kids from the Indianapolis public school system to be introduced to STEM-related topics. Our Women in Tech Summit, which was held yesterday with over 500 business and tech leaders, assembled to talk about issues important to raising awareness and expanding roles for women in the tech fields.
You know what I found interesting, and a lot of people did, about the Indy Women in Tech Summit, by the way, second year, much bigger than the first year, and you've created a franchise, is that the diversity from the keynote speaker to the chief integration and information officer for the Holman Corporation and everybody else talks about their roles in business first, and the fact that they are an empowered woman second, which obviously is good to hear.
Yeah, it's tremendous, and just the way that that's evolved, the diversity in the groups and that are the people that are participating. We also have men participating, talking about their view and things. Again, the topic yesterday was about how to level the playing field so that opportunities are equally accessible to both men and women.
And the interesting thing from your perspective is that you grew up in Indianapolis, and you also remember a little over 30 years ago when Indianapolis wanted to put itself on the map. It chose sports as an opportunity to do that, the Pan Am Games, but then the Colts, the Pacers, the Super Bowl. So we're doing it again. We have Indy 500 aligned with a world-class golf tournament to promote a franchise of women and tech and training. How do you feel about all that?
I think it's tremendous. I think when you look at what Indianapolis is known for, its hospitality, for holding great sporting events, whether they're amateur sporting events in the college ranks or pro sporting events. We've got the All-Star Game for 2021 that'll be coming to Indianapolis. And again, none of that happened by accident. City leaders with a vision, a lot of ways going back to the Pan Am Games, back 30 years ago, with a vision to come together, to work together on topics to make sure that we had the right resources so that hotels, restaurants, just the whole infrastructure of the downtown, it was open and welcome, to these events, and they are, and we're reaping the fruits of that now. So we want to continue that by bringing new events and continuing to expand that, and we see the Indy Women in Tech Championship as a way to do that.
Well, and to be fair, a lot of people talk philanthropy. Everybody has foundations. Everybody understands that doing good helps ROI. You've gone fundamentally deeper than that, because also this is an event that creates a foundation and a template. Regardless of what happens to the golf tournament long term, you've created a solid foundation for women and tech and STEM and robotics and training in Indianapolis.
Absolutely. So again, within the Group 1001 family of companies, empowerment is a key theme for us. Empowerment for our customers, our workforce, and our community. And so we see this as a way to really deliver on that promise, so that as we talk about, our goals or who we are as an organization, that there's integrity in that and that it's genuine throughout. And so this is just us, following through on that commitment.
And it's not just Indianapolis. Obviously, you've made a major commitment for ball fields in Oklahoma City. You've done a lot of things with the Cal Ripken Foundation. Talk about those two.
Yeah, I mean, sports and education. I think those are the two areas that we think can have a huge impact and really change the trajectory for kids and communities. And so whether it's building ball fields with Cal Ripken in at-risk neighborhoods to provide opportunities, or introducing STEM-related topics to elementary schools, being able to expand the robotics competition from 70 schools to over 900 schools, so big now that we have to host it at Lucas Oil Stadium, and so just whether it's, again, sports or education, they're really a way to connect with kids, connect with young people, and develop them, and give them an opportunity to set their sights on something much bigger.
Founded Group 1001 out of a lot of your relationships, Guggenheim and others, and have created some retail-oriented companies, Relay and all that. Tell us a little bit about the company and also how sports has helped promote the awareness of it.
Yeah, so again, we're focused in the financial services business. Group 1001, our flagship company is Delaware Life, again, focused in the retirement space. And with our new introduction of our product Relay, again, it's a way to continue to make insurance more accessible with the use of technology, so that we can expand our customer base and, again, hopefully create awareness, and provide tools to our consumers, to our future consumers, so that they can build the retirement plan that they need.
You've got a really interesting perspective on doing right and doing good. We do know that the budgets for corporate America have increased to $12 billion, or 12%, sorry, of their overall budgets for things earmarked as philanthropy, from 8% 5 years ago. So it's not just doing good, but there's also a direct return as well. You started the company, and one of the first things you said is, I've got to make sure we make the right decisions, not just for the brand, but doing the right thing. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, and it's also good for business. I think it's had a tremendous impact on our senior staff, their involvement in the foundation, in the various activities. It's not just writing a check to check a box and say that you've done something. And so we want to go beyond, the economic sponsorship and to put in our time, energy and vision, and make sure that we're participating as a company. And I think for all of us that are involved, we think it's raising the game and it's giving us a higher purpose.
Well, Dan Towers certainly has the higher purpose and is raising the game. Thank you very much for doing this. Really appreciate it. And when you think about what's happening here on a regular basis, it is really quite extraordinary. The event and the conference, the seminar has increased exponentially. The Eureka Exchange, which we said 1,001 students empowered like never before. You have the LPGA making commitments to ensure that this event is a national event and continues to thrive and survive. But you also have the synergy with the track, which is unique all around the country. And when you look at a major event, it's not a golf event. It's not a racing event. It is a business event that is empowering women in tech, but also kids and all aspects of the community in Indianapolis like never before. I'd like to thank Dan Towers, the LPGA, the Holman family, everybody that's been involved in this event, because indeed it is very unique. Rick Horrow, sports professor, on the road, mega events. See you next week.